It's our Coca-Cola conversation with Alabama head football coach Kalen DeBoer. Year 2 in this event. Was it a little easier than year 1?
I don't know. The results don't say it was, but it was enjoyable nonetheless. And you know what to expect, and it's fun being here.
I was asking somebody that is part of the program, like, how different is year 2? Is Coach a lot more comfortable? So it seems to be. I mean, do you feel – I mean, you seemed really comfortable when we talked to you a couple of times last year before the season. But year 2, where you guys are able to keep everybody out of the transfer portal, I mean, the only team to do it, pretty impressive. I mean, does that go hand in hand with the culture and where you feel like this program is right now?
I mean, I think your antennas are always up when you're in my spot trying to have a pulse of everything that's going on. But I think probably the people that do feel a little more comfortable are the coaching staff, understanding, you know, especially the new guys that have joined me, what the phases are all about, kind of what we expect, what the summer months are going to be, you know, the recruiting weekends, and what we're trying to accomplish there. So I think there's an efficiency that we operate with. If that makes you feel more comfortable, I think that's true. But I also think there's an edge to us just as a football team, as a program right now that I really appreciate. It starts with our players.
We were talking about Brown's daughter before we started. I want to give you a chance to brag about Alexis. I mean, Big Ten Freshman of the Year. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, I'm really proud of her. She making a name for herself, and you know, just really believe that she had it in her, and you know, probably happened a little quicker than I even thought, but she got the opportunities and she took advantage of them. So she's takes care of business in all ways, you know, in the classroom and all that kind of stuff. So I'm a proud dad, that's for sure.
You've coached a lot of football games. Was there something that you take away from year 1 through the SEC? I mean, whether it was atmosphere or whatever, is there something you're like, I'm not saying you weren't prepared for it, but maybe you're like, okay, I would handle that differently.
Yeah, I mean, we just got to be better in the big moments.
Yeah.
You know, we got to find ways to come from behind in those games where we were, you know, maybe down in the fourth quarter, and you know, we found ways to get over the hump, and games got a little close, and we found ways to win when we had the lead. But you know, we got to be better in the critical moments, and so that's something. And it's not just go execute that play. It's what led to that moment, and or moments, and we just got to be better. And really, you know, do the things at the beginning of the game that keep you from being in the spot where you're playing from behind at the end. So there's a lot to it. Our guys, you know, they understand that, and they just try to keep it simple. That's what we try to do as a program. And so just do what we can do and control what we control. And, you know, right now they're away for a little bit, but we'll be starting up in less than 2 weeks again and getting after it.
Wow. I know Nick Sheridan's still going to be a big part of this offense, but Ryan Grubb going from 1 year in Seattle back to your staff, how's that been, and how awesome is it to have him back on the staff?
Well, you got 2 top-level, you know, quarterback coaches, coordinators, and having them in the same room now, you know, which really has never happened. Nick was tight ends coach when Grubb was the quarterbacks coach and coordinator, and so you know, it's been great having Nick bring the information to Ryan Grubb and tell him the why, and you know, there's reasons why you did this or why we did that, and you know, Ryan just putting his stamp on it in his different way. He's elite, and you know, he's obviously been someone that I got a lot of trust with going back to really our first year in 2007, and so there's an efficiency I think we're operating with, and you know, together I think they've really pushed that quarterback room, have high expectations, which we got to have from those guys to reach the goals that we have as a football team.
We've been together 16 years. You and Grubb have been together for a long, long time now. Do y'all do things away from work together? Do families vacation together or spend time together, eat dinner together?
You know, we both have kids, and so there's things that when you're not around football, really you're with them. Now, we did just the other night for really the first time since I've been here, got a chance to have dinner, you know, our families, and you know, that was a good time. You know, 3 hours or so of just, I don't know how much other than football got talked about, and we got to kind of hit on those things. But he's going 100 miles an hour, and you know, I'm going kind of doing my thing, and got my schedule too. So, but there's a trust that we have. He knows what I'm looking for, and I know how he's going to operate, and so there's a belief and trust in each other, and just, you know, sometimes you get him the direction, and you just stay out of the way, and he knows the parameters and what we're looking for, and he's making things better right now as we speak.
What Jim didn't tell you is we've been together 16 years. We also argue like brothers.
Yeah,
we do. So I'm sure there's some of that too, right?
There's some of that. There's some of that. There always has been, you know, and that's what's great, you know. in the end, though, you got a great person that I know has my back and, only wants to do the things that can make our program the best it can be. And that's really what it's all about. There's no ego. It all gets pushed off to the side. It's all about what's best for Alabama football. And I love that about our coaching staff, but obviously I really trust Ryan in that way.
I think people were surprised when, after spring practice, Ryan Grubb was like, if we had a starter today, it would be Ty Simpson. I'm paraphrasing here.
Mm-hmm.
You said you're very comfortable with the quarterback room, whether it's Austin, Keelan, or Ty. Is it still going to be, obviously an open competition, but, how close to 100% are you saying Ty is going to be our guy week 1 in Tallahassee against Florida State?
Yeah, we'll continue to let those guys compete through fall camp. And, I think what way Ryan said it is very accurate. You played a game today. Ty's made a lot of progress in just the 15 practice we had there. But we want to also give those other guys an opportunity to keep pushing and, keep competing for the spot. To get as a whole group, that I want to word it carefully, but the whole group needs to still be better for us to accomplish what we need to, including week 1, against Florida State. And so I'm pleased with how they've made the strides, and starting with Ty, pleased with what he's doing, but also they all got to keep taking those steps here in the weeks ahead.
We were talking Mount Rushmore with you at the facilities last year, and I asked you the coldest game ever, and it was one of the playoff games where it was snowing, and I think you guys punted from like a 10-yard punt or something. But Dunaway or Brown, I forgot which one, brought it up the other day. Tallahassee, when you guys kick it off, it is going to be 1,000 degrees. Is there a good chance this will be the hottest game you've ever coached in?
There's only one I can think of that's been a little bit over the top, and that was the opener, probably 2021 at Fresno State. It was the week 0 game, and on artificial turf, and I think it was 151 degrees or 155.
Wow.
That far from the surface. So,
different kind of heat, though. You know that, right?
Yeah, right. I got you.
It's not the heat, it's the humidity.
It's going to be hot.
Yeah.
It's going to be hot no matter what. We know that.
Yep. All right, we've got a can for you, Coach. Your own official Coca-Cola can.
Oh, wow.
Friend. Look at
that.
Look
at that.
Yeah, you're official now.
There we go.
And that's a unique name. Were you named after anybody specifically?
I've asked my mom that many times, and I don't know where she came up with it, but no one, not after anyone in particular.
Coca-Cola conversation with Alabama head coach Kalen DeBoer. Coach, always good to see you.
Thank you
for the
guys.
time.
Thank you, Coach. Great
Appreciate
stuff.
it, guys.
Thank you, man.
Yep.